Hey guys, in today's video we will be talking about data types in Python. So let's get started. We are going to talk about data types in Python. Let's understand this with the help of a real life example. Say you have gone for shopping, okay, and post the shopping you need to provide your parents with a list of expenses that you made. Okay. In order to do that systematically, what you will do is you will maintain some data while shopping. Say name of item, price, availability. You say, why do we require this availability column? So say you've gone for shopping and you have, got approved some budget from your parent and certain items are not available. So the next time you go for shopping, you'll have to prove that since these items are not available, I want to buy it in the next shopping spree. Okay, so that is why we need this availability column. So the first item that you want to buy is chocolates. And say they cost around 150 rupees and the item is available. The second item that you want to buy is chips. Say they cost 100 rupees, again available. Third item you want to buy is noodles. Let's say they cost around 50 rupees, available. Fourth item you want to buy is certain type of clothes, unfortunately not available, and it may have costed you around 1000 rupees. Once we're done with this, the next thing that I would want to see is, okay, so what is this? This looks like data. Now when we say we have data should have certain type. Now if I put these into 3 containers, okay, you have to identify the differences between each of the containers. So if I look at the first container, what is the thing that you observe and what is the major difference between this container and these 2 containers? So if I look at the difference between the first container and the second container, the major difference is that this is a set of text. The set of texts in Python is called as strings. So this thing is a string data. Now when I talk about this, these are numbers. Do they have decimals? No, these are whole numbers. In Python, we call them as integers. What is this? Yes and no. So basically this has got 2 values, either yes or no. In Python, we call these type of data as boolean. So boolean can either be true or false, it can be 1 or 0, it can be yes or no. Okay. There's one more data type which is float. Say here instead of 150, I write this as 150.0, 100 I write it as 100.0, 50 I write it as 50.0, 1000 I write it as 1000.89. So it has certain decimals, right? So whenever a whole number has a decimal, that data type is called as float. So basically, let's do a little bit of revision. What are the data types we have in Python? First is string. What is string? String is a group of text. Second is integers. Integers is group of whole numbers. Third is, what is third? Third is boolean. Boolean can either be true or false. Fourth is, what could be fourth? What is fourth? Float. Float contains decimals. Now let's take an example, okay. Say I have a number 25. Tell me what is the data type of 25. Say, ma'am, pretty simple, it's an integer. Cool. Now tell me the data type for this. You'll again tell me, ma'am, it's an integer. but integer is completely wrong answer. Now, whenever we put an integer inside the double quotes, it's no more an integer, it's called as a string. So, anything inside a double quote is called as a string. I hope it makes sense. Now, let's take a coding example for this, okay? So, we basically want to write a program where you will take inputs from the user, okay? Say you are taking age as input, okay, name as input, and hobby as input from the user, and then print it. Okay. Now let's understand how to write this program. So we are going to ask for input from the user, okay. In order to ask for input from the user, we use a keyword which is called as input. We use a keyword called as input. Okay. What do I want to ask? The first thing, see, three things, I'll write it again. I want to ask for age, I want to ask for name, I want to ask for hobby. Okay. So the first thing that I want to ask is name. So I'll ask the user, please enter your name. Now once the user enters the name, it has to store this name in a variable, right? So I'll create a variable called as name, and whatever the user enters will get stored in this variable called as name. The next thing that I want to ask the user to enter is age. So again, I use the keyword input, but this age, what will be the data type of this age? Just think about it. It will be integer, right? So outside this, I'll write integer. And I'll say, please enter age. Again, I will have to create a variable in which age will get stored. So by default, if you don't provide any data type, this gets stored into a string. And if you provide a data type, it will get converted into that particular data type. The next thing that I want to ask from user is hobby. Hobby is going to be string. So let's not write into there. I'll say, please enter your hobby. Now once you have all these things, I will print this. Okay. What I'll say? Okay. Now, since we are going to use these values, okay, I'll use an F format. I'll let you know when we code the use of this F. So how I'll write this? First, I have to print the name. So I'll say your name is. Okay. Your name is, and inside this I want to fetch this name, right? I want to fetch this name. So whenever we want to fetch a variable, we will write it inside curly brackets. Okay. Your name is name, and your age is, again I'll have to fetch that variable age, and your hobby is, I'll have to fetch the hobby from here. So I'll have to put it in curly brackets. So whenever you're fetching a variable, you'll have to put it inside curly brackets. Now why did we put this F? So with the help of F, you can use these variables inside the double quotes. Else you would not have been able to do that. I hope this makes sense. Now, if I have to explain you the working of this program, okay, when the first line gets executed, what happens? So how does Python understand this? So Python first creates a variable called as name. So it creates a container called as name. Now, whenever the user enters anything, say user enters ABC, that ABC gets stored in this container called as name. Now the next line. Next line creates a container called as age. And whatever the user enters, say user enters 15, that 15 gets stored in this container. This third line creates another container called as hobby. And whatever the user enters, say singing. So this singing gets stored in hobby. Now what this does, you have to see this output on the screen, right? So print function helps us to see the output on the screen. So what will this do? Your name is, it will first print your name is name. So this will fetch this container and get this value ABC and print it over. So the job of curly bracket is to fetch this container and get the value inside the container. The next thing it will print is, this will get printed as it is, your age is. Age, again, what does curly bracket do? It will go to this container, fetch this value 15. And your hobby is singing. Now what happens if you don't put these curly brackets at all? If you don't put these curly brackets, your output will be, instead of this ABC, you will get this output as name. Your name is name, your age is age, your hobby is hobby. I hope this makes sense. Now let's, write this code and see how this works. So generally I use Jupyter Notebook. So you can also, try to download. I'll try to make a video on how to install Jupyter Notebook. If you don't have Jupyter Notebook, there are many, online compilers available, or you can also use Google Colab. That is much simpler. So I'll create a new notebook. Inside this new notebook, you can rename the file, but I don't want to rename the file currently. So the first thing I'll do is name. I want to take it input from the user, so I'll use the keyword input. I'll ask the user to enter the name. The next thing I want from the user is age. It's integer type, so I'll say int. I will ask the user to enter the age. The next thing I want from the user is hobby. Input, enter the now once this is done, let's print it. I'll use F. Inside F, I'll say the name is, inside curly brackets, name, and age is, inside curly brackets, age, and hobby is, inside curly bracket, hobby. Let's run this. Name, Ankita, enter the age, say 17, enter the hobby, singing. Okay, let's see how to use F in Python print. I made some mistake. Let's see F strings. Oh, that's the way it should be. Use the correct one. What's the error? Invalid input literal. Okay, hobby is not integer. That's the error. Let's run this again. Ankita, age is 17, hobby is singing. We should get it. See, the name is Ankita, age is 17, and hobby is singing. Now let's try another thing, okay? So instead of using the curly brackets, what happens if I don't use the curly brackets? Let's try it again. Ankita 17 Singh. See, the name is name, age is age, hobby hobby. It did not pick the values from the variable. So in order for your program to get the values picked from the variable, we'll have to use the curly brackets. That's all for data types. I'll see you in the next video.